Hello BSS, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here then just welcome. Hi, my name is Brenda. I do paranormal videos here on this channel, so if that is something that you are interested in, please consider subscribing down below and turn on your post notifications so you do not miss when I post another video like this one. Now with all of that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. I honestly can't believe that I remembered my intro because it's been so long. I honestly was kind of doubting myself. I was like, maybe I will forget and then I'll just pause in the middle of it and blank out completely. But I didn't forget. It's like riding a bicycle, I guess. But hi everybody, long time no see. Don't yell at me. I know it's been a long time and I don't know. There's no excuse for it. I don't have any excuses to give you guys today. I've just been at MIA. I have been out of it, honestly. I just not really in the space or the mood to make videos, and that's about it. And I apologize because I know that I have all of you guys' support and a lot of you waiting on a new video from me, and then I kind of just disappear without saying anything. My bad. But I am here today, back again, new and refreshed, and I'm excited to finally be able to film. That's the other thing, I just never have the time to do so, and you guys have already heard me tell you this before, so no point in reiterating. But anyway, as you can tell by the title, today I am going to be reading my subscribers' scary stories, which is one of my favorite ones to do. Just listening to you guys and reading, obviously you guys listening to it, me reading your experiences is so much fun, coming from just normal people and that actually are my viewers is so much cooler than reading off of like Reddit or whatever. So I love these so much, and I hope that you guys do too. It's kind of 50-50 on these ones. Sometimes I get a really good amount of views on these, sometimes not so much, so I can't really gauge it. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing today. Alright, so enough babbling from me. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Let me grab my phone here, pull up my email.
Sorry.
Do you need something?
Yeah.
Okay, I had to get myself back in the zone. I was interrupted. Okay. Okay, this one doesn't have anyone. There's no introduction to this one as to who sent it in, but this is titled Police Personal Horror Story. These are always fun. Occupational stories, like where you work. I always really enjoy those. All right, and it says, "Hi, nice to meet you. I am a police officer from El Paso, Texas. I have been on the job for 2 years, and the story I'm telling you about took place when I was a rookie. This incident happened summer 2023. I was working graveyard shift. One night, I was chosen to work as a solo unit, which means I was alone. The night was not busy at all, until 3 o'clock in the morning when I received a phone call from a man who stated that there was a strange female who went to his front door and started knocking, which caused him to wake up. The man stated on the call that he had ring camera footage of the strange female. When I arrived at the scene, the female was gone, and the man stepped out to talk to me. The man showed me the video that depicted a strange woman who was smiling at the ring camera and was laughing while she was showing her teeth. While I was talking to him, I heard the radio call me. They stated that they were receiving a 911 call from the next neighborhood, that a deranged woman had broken into their house and tried to get into their bedroom. I stopped what I was doing, ran to my police car, and drove down to the house. I parked a couple of houses down to see if I was about to be ambushed. Once I parked, I tactically approached the house and observed it was a 2-story house. The house had lights on in the upstairs room. When I approached the front door, I observed the door was open. I called out, "El Paso Police, if you're inside, come out with your hands up," multiple times. No one stepped out. I had my gun drawn out of my holster because I had to clear the house and make sure no one had a weapon. I searched the first floor of the house and it was clear. I then started to go up the stairs. As I went upstairs, I observed a hallway going left with multiple doors. One door was closed with its lights off, one door that was open with its lights on, and one door closed with lights on. I tried to open the first door, which was closed with lights off, but it was locked. I then approached the open door with the lights on. As I approached, I observed a female on top of a bed, sitting crisscross, with blood on her legs. She was cutting her left arm with a knife, and she was staring at me with a smile and a deranged laugh. I told her to drop the knife. She ignored my demand and kept cutting herself. While she no longer paid attention, I deployed my taser and tased her. I was able to get the knife away from her. I placed her in handcuffs and took her to the police car. The homeowners had come to speak to me, and they said that the woman had kicked down their door, which caused them to wake up, and they heard her running upstairs. They said as they heard her running, they closed their bedroom door. The woman was charged with criminal trespass and was submitted into a mental health facility. Oh my gosh, that is wild. It's even, honestly, I love paranormal stories, and obviously I don't think there was any sort of paranormal ties to this specific story, but it was definitely still a horror story because I would be so terrified if this happened to me. I wouldn't really know what to do or how to act, but so eerie, and especially seeing her smiling not only on camera but in real life, just kind of obviously having some kind of mental episode. Very scary, regardless of what was going on with her. That sight must have been so grisly, to be honest. All right, really good story. Thank you so much for submitting that to me. I really enjoyed it. All right, let's go ahead and get into story number 2, which is titled Haunted Discount Store. And they say, "Hi, I'd like to remain anonymous, and I won't be sharing what store I work at, but it is a mega discount department store. Think Walmart of a medium size. We sell clothing for all and makeup and some things for all of your home. These are a few of my coworkers' stories and some of mine. Feel free to use all or some of my stories. You can even use some here and there for different videos." Definitely will. Okay, now let me start with my coworker, who I will call B. B has worked at my store for 37 years or something like that. She works as head of her department, which is bedding and towels. They were on an overnight shift from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. It was a total maybe 3 or 4 people. They had half the lights on in the store. B heard someone close by talking and humming. She asked in the walkie-talkie if anyone was near her, and they all said no. She felt really weird after, like someone was watching her work. But she claims to not be afraid or anything and acted like it didn't scare her. The next story, we don't know much about. We had some overnight cleaners come in and clean the floors. They sweep and steam the floors and finish with a waxing. It was one man doing it all. When the opening manager came in, he was at the door waiting to be let out and said he will never come to the store again. Wait, he was there all night cleaning the floors and then he was waiting for somebody to let him out? Does that mean that the doors were locked or the alarm was on? That's so creepy. But I guess you don't really know too much about that, but that's very interesting. Another time at night, for a closing shift, they all heard someone singing in the food department, and nobody was supposed to be working there. They all gathered and walked the floor together and ended up staying together because there was nobody. And this will be the last one, and I'll save the rest for another time. We have fitting rooms, and I was working in the fitting rooms. We have it separated where you walk into the middle, and on my left from staring at the sales floor is the men's fitting room, which has 2 rooms, and then to my right is the women's side. One time I was cleaning the men's side, which there's no way of walking into the fitting rooms unless you pass by me. And I looked into the mirror straight across from me, and I saw somebody who was tall with black hair and a red shirt walk into the dressing room that I had just cleaned. I instantly turned around and ran in there, and there was nobody. I then realized if somebody did walk in there, they walked through a wall. Thank you. I'm gonna send more. That is so creepy. Honestly, I don't even know how I would just be able to go about my day normally anymore if I actually saw an apparition, because when it comes to where I work, I like once in a while hear something or like think I heard something, but it's never anything concrete. It's always just me brushing it off as some noise the building made or my imagination, an auditory hallucination. I don't know. I always just patch it up to something like that. But if I saw somebody like 100%, I even knew their hair color, what they were wearing, anything like that, I would. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I don't think I would be at ease working anymore, but I would have to do it. I feel like I don't have a choice but to go to work. So creepy. Thank you so much for submitting those. I really enjoyed them. They're so fun. And I am so excited to read some more of your stories in my future videos. All right, let's go ahead and get into story number 3. This one is titled Scary Encounter with Pictures. So get ready to see some paranormal evidence, if you will. This one is sent in to me by Liz Marie. I don't see anywhere that she wants to be anonymous, so that's who sent it in to me. And she says, "Hello, BSS. First off, Brenda, I love you. I love you and your videos, and I appreciate all the time you put into these stories. Your energy is so peaceful, and I can hear you speak all day." Stop it. You're so sweet. Thank you. I'm so happy I'm finally able to share this experience with you. As soon as I heard you didn't have many stories left, I knew I had to submit my first of many experiences. I hope you'll enjoy, and I'm sorry if it's a spooky one with a picture attached. I'd love to know if you see what I saw. Here we go. So I have a few encounters, but this is my most recent one, happening about 2 months ago now. I was living at my mom's after the ceiling in my apartment came down. Oh my God. I've lived with my mom prior to this many years back, and her old house was definitely a paranormal encounter house with different energies and things. But this particular encounter shook me to my core. So my wife and I were set to move out the next weekend after this happened. Thank God, because I don't think I would have stayed. It was like any other day coming home after a long day to a nice hot shower. I was feeling a little uneasy since I got home because I could feel an energy, which I must say I'm very in tune with. This particular energy always scared me because I knew it was and felt like a male, not my dad's presence. So I waited for my wife to get home. I finally hop in the shower and I feel very heavy. So as I'm washing my hair, I hear my name whispered and I tell my wife, "What?" And she responds and tells me she's in the living room and didn't say anything. I wash my face off and look into the metal piece of the shower rod and I see a figure. Again, me thinking it's her messing with me, I ask, "Why are you being a creep?" And she responds again, "I'm in the living room." Then I yell for her to come into the bathroom and hand me my phone. And what I'm about to show you scared the shit out of me. It was a tall, dark humanoid thing standing on the other side of the curtain. I took the picture, handed her the phone, told her not to move, that I was almost done. I have attached the picture. Hopefully you can see it too. I'm so sorry it's long. Thanks for reading it. I hope you and all the BSS have an amazing day and or night whenever this story comes out. Love, Lee. Oh my gosh. You're the sweetest. Thank you so much for sending this in. And as I always say in all of my videos, don't worry about the length of the stories. I'm always willing to hear more from you, know more details. Tell me what you're feeling. Tell me exactly how it went. I love all that, especially because it makes it feel more immersive and you get to really get into the story. But let me look at the picture here. I'll put it up on the screen and we'll look at it together. Tell me what you see in it. You're gonna have to zoom in real close, okay? And make sure you're looking all around that picture. I feel like I can kind of see what you're talking about To me, it looks like, obviously because it's a rounded metal piece, it kind of looks like, you know, when you do a 0.5 picture from like this close and up above, it kind of looks like that. So you're looking at the head of this figure first, and then just black body all the way down, just like it was wearing like a black robe or something, and like a hood. That's what it looks like to me. And then just white in the center. Very creepy. And I can't really say that it wasn't the reflection of something else, because I don't know what your bathroom situation or what your mom's bathroom situation looks like. But I don't doubt what you say. If you have taken a shower here before and you know that you've never seen this before, and then the fact that you also heard your name being said at the same time, somebody whispering near you, and it was not your wife, makes me think that this was something for sure paranormal. There's something, some kind of presence there, whether you were able to capture it with this picture or not, or you know, either way, I'm just gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and be like, this was definitely something. And really crazy that you were still able to capture the picture even after your wife walked into the room. I would have felt like it would have made this presence go away or hide, you know, something like that. That's really creepy. Okay, I really enjoyed that. I appreciate you so much, and I just want to say again, so sorry that it has taken me this long to get through these stories. You guys sent it to me after my last one where I was like, please send me more stories. And then you guys do send it to me, and then I go MIA. I'm sorry. I really am. I did not mean to leave again after that last post. I was just feeling very unmotivated, honestly. I felt like there was so much going on in my noggin here. So I apologize, but I love you so much, and I appreciate you being here, and I am excited for you to see that I finally got to reading your story. And then you had said that your mom's house has been a paranormal encounter house. So please, if you have any more things that have happened at your mom's house, let me know. Send them in. I would love to read them. All right, let's do one more, shall we? This one, she sent me a document. She's serious about this. This one is sent in to me by Emily, and it's called A Mimic Story. That's what it's titled. I'm so scared of mimics. I'm scared of mimics and anything that... Oh, yeah, you know what a mimic is. It's obviously somebody that mimics your loved one or somebody that lives in your house. That kind of thing. They mimic a noise that other things make. I don't really know the exact lore behind mimics or what their purpose are, but so scary. Let's go ahead and open this up, shall we? Oh, she also says, "Hey Brenda, I hope you're having a good day. I love listening to the subscribers' scary stories, so I went ahead and attached a short story for you to read on your channel. Hope you enjoy it." Thank you so much, Emily. I love you. This one, again, this is making me sad that I've been gone so long because you guys are like, I know you're short on subscriber stories, and then I just up and leave. I'm like, gosh, I'm so sorry. All right, it says, "Hi Brenda, I've noticed you've been short on subscribers' scary stories, so I thought I'd send you this one. This story took place in 2021. I was working as a nighttime janitor in an office building with my mom and two of our family friends. It was a 3-story building consisting of many different businesses like dentists, chiropractors, realtors, etc., etc. The 4 of us would take out the trash and sweep up all of the offices on each floor every night, 5 days a week. There were a few offices that had off vibes. Every time I walked into them, I'd feel like I was being watched. Somehow, I would end up alone in those particular offices frequently because I'd finish up my work before my mom and our 2 friends. One of the more creepy offices was an ophthalmologist's office. It was one of the larger offices consisting of a spacious waiting and a reception area. It had several rooms in it: the eye doctor's office, 4 examination rooms, a kitchen/break room, and an operating room. All of these rooms were next to each other in a long hallway. The operating room was at the very end of the hallway. This is where the creepy incident happened. On this night, I had entered this office by myself because the others had stayed behind to deep clean another office. I moved through each room, taking out the garbage and putting new bags in the trash bins. When I was halfway through, I heard my mom and our friends come in to start vacuuming and mopping the floors. One of our friends, I'll call him Raul, went inside one of the small examination rooms to sweep the floor. While he was in there, I walked down the hall and out of the office to grab another roll of trash bags from the janitor's closet. Raul hadn't noticed when I left because his back was turned when I did. When I came back into the office to go back down the hall, Raul was walking down in my direction. When he saw me, he got a confused look on his face. He asked me when I left the office, and I told him that I had left to grab more trash bags because I had run out. When I told him this, he looked scared. I asked him what was the matter, and he told me that he had just seen me, or who he thought was me, going into the operating room at the end of the hall. I felt my heart drop when he told me that, but I tried to find another explanation for what he saw. I said that it was probably my mom, but that was quickly disproven when she said she had never gone back there. Additionally, Raul had said he had seen me clear as day, wearing the exact same outfit I was wearing, and my hair styled the same way. The only thing he hadn't seen was my face because he only saw me from behind as I supposedly walked into that room. We all went to the operating room to see if anyone was in there, but it was empty. We were all creeped out after this, but try not to think about it too much. We still had a few more offices to clean up, so we just focused on that. I still get chills thinking about this. The thought of something pretending to be me is horrifying. I couldn't agree more, girl. Oh my god, I think that would disrupt my way of thinking so much, because I'd be like, who is out here mimicking me? What if they do something crazy and then I'm the one that gets blamed for it? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, and then I look like a liar. But not only that, it's just so scary to think about somebody being able to take on your form, like what you look like. Ugh, I hate that. That's so creepy. That is one of the things that will always scare me the most. And I probably shouldn't be sharing that because I feel like somehow somebody's going to play that prank on me. It's going to scare the crap out of me. You know how they're like, oh, don't share what your biggest fears are because they'll use it against you. Maybe somebody will. They'll be watching this channel and then they'll find out what I'm really scared of, which is that. And whenever I've never seen it happen, but whenever I hear about people who see the mattress sinking in, like somebody sat down on it and there's nobody there, oh, that scares me so bad. And I had one of those moments where I felt like I was falling in my bed. It was like that kind of moment, but instead of that, it felt like somebody sat next to my feet, or like, yeah, where my feet are, and I felt like my lower half sunk in with it. But I think it was just that sensation of me falling. Some version of that, but with my legs only. It was so weird. And ever since that happened, I was like, yeah, if I was actually lucid and that happened to me, I would pee my pants, because that, me being half asleep and having that happen was so scary in itself. And I was like, oh my God, did I imagine that? Am I going crazy? But oh, that was such a good story, Emily. Thank you so much for sharing it with me. And I'm so glad that I finally am able to read it here. And hopefully you are still here, you're still around watching my channel, because that would really suck if you gave up on me, because I would have given up on me too. I'd been like, this girl hasn't posted in over a month, almost 2 months, I think. I don't know, I can't remember. I would have been like, I'm done with her. But anyway, I hope that you're here and that you were able to hear me and see me read your story. I really liked it. It was so much fun in a creepy way, because I am terrified of those kinds of stories. I think, oh yeah, my little light died. One of the ones I had down here, I just noticed. Anyway, that is going to be the last story, guys. I hope that you enjoyed those, and thank you for being patient with me as always. To all of you who returned after getting this notification that I posted, I love you so much. And as I said, thank you so much. Thank you if you made it this far into the video as well and you didn't click off early on because I'm boring or whatever. I love you and I appreciate you so much. If you did stay all the way to this point in the video, make sure to comment a black heart emoji. That way I know who stayed all the way to the end. As always, just know that I really appreciate you. I love you so much. And also today's comment shout out goes to this person right here. Thank you so much for leaving a nice comment. They really make my day and I really appreciate it as well. And if you want to be in the next comment shout out, all you have to do is leave me a nice comment down below and that's it. Yeah guys, that's gonna be it from me. I don't think I have anything else to say. Now I'm just kind of rambling, but I'm also out of breath as heck. I feel like I'm so out of practice or something. I don't know, but I feel like I ran a marathon. I hope that this is not too breathy and annoying. And if it is, I'm sorry. But I mean, I guess it's not that bad because you're still watching to this point. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Don't forget to stay safe and be kind. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. That's really annoying actually in the microphone.